I've sat with a lot of people right before their first legal psilocybin session, and almost every single one of them had at least one misconception that I had to correct. So today I'm going to tell you the 5 things I wish everyone knew going into their journey. I'm Christine Marie, and I'm a licensed facilitator in Portland, Oregon, and a former registered nurse. Today, we will be talking about 5 things I wish people knew before going into a journey. So, the first thing is that it's not a performance. People often come in thinking they need to do it right, and I really want you to let go of that. There's no correct experience. Everything that the medicine offers you is exactly what you need at that moment. So, my best advice is to try your best to come in without expectations, as well as not to compare yourself to other people's journeys that you might have heard about or seen. I would also highly suggest refraining from over-researching about other people's experiences so that you can prevent the comparison from being something that you absorb. And knowing that if you surrender to the wisdom and the intelligence of psilocybin, that will be what ensures that you get the most benefit out of your experience. So authenticity is really important, and we're not here to be a good student for anybody. You're here to really connect and build a relationship with the medicine, and there's no right way to do it. Number 2, psilocybin is not technically a cure-all. However, miracles can happen. And it might get a little bit of pushback on this one from some people. But in my experience, we really want to be realistic about our expectations around coming to psilocybin with the hopes of it curing everything within ourselves. That's a pretty large expectation to put on one journey, right? However, I do believe miracles can happen and powerful healing can occur. I believe in this because in my own experience of sitting with the mushrooms and being of service to hundreds of clients, I've seen people heal their migraines, body pain, grief, childhood trauma, ancestral burdens, and the list goes on and on. So miracles can happen, healing can happen, profound healing can absolutely happen. So just try to titrate your expectations with the knowing that you will be transformed when you leave the journey. Number 3 is that preparation matters way more than people think. The session, the ceremony, the journey itself gets all of the attention. And it makes sense because that's when you're having the experience with the medicine and you are going through an altered state of consciousness where insights, clarity, wisdom, healing are occurring. But the preparation work beforehand shapes so much of what unfolds. Coming in without having a thought about your intentions or your fears or your history can definitely have its downfalls. And if you want to do this in a more therapeutic, ceremonial way, it's really important that you work with somebody that can support you in uncovering an intention, and that you work with somebody that you feel aligned and connected to. That way you can build a safe and trust rapport so that you can feel the most able to be vulnerable and open when you have your journey. And the preparation protocols are really important to follow because it includes diet and mindfulness and ways in which that you can start to really get a sense of the material that might be showing up in your journey and getting some resources and tools to support you through any challenges or fears that come up. Number 4, integration is really not optional, in my opinion. I say this to every client, that if you skip integration, you really risk not benefiting fully from all of the changes that you were once ready to make right at the end of the journey. The days, the weeks, the months after matter just as much as the journey itself, sometimes even more. And this is where real insight becomes actual change. And if you do a journey, I highly recommend having at least 3 to 6 months of integration with either me or a trusted guide who is both trauma-informed and psychedelically aware. It can be really hard to go back to our original therapist or somebody that we have been working with and give them the information that came through. And if they do not have the experience under their belt, they might not know how to appropriately support your integration. So you really want to be mindful about who you choose to integrate with, and your guided facilitator is actually typically a really great resource for that. And then number 5, your nervous system is doing a lot of the work in the journey. And this is a piece of my nursing background that taught me this the most clearly, that this work is deeply somatic and energetic and is outside of just the mental mind and thought process. So that's why safety and the space that you choose and the presence of your facilitator matter so much, as well as your preparation and integration, because you can start to train your nervous system to handle being with discomfort or to move through certain challenges or to ground itself if it needs to, so that when you are journeying and when you are integrating, what's coming up can be fully received within a stable nervous system. So yeah, none of this is meant to make the process feel intimidating. It's really meant to make it feel real and serious. And if you're considering this work, come in curious, come in honest, come in authentic. Know that what you need from it doesn't have to look like anyone else's experience, and that you're building a relationship with the medicine, and that relationship is going to look differently than anybody else's relationship. So trust that. If you are interested in learning more about a legal psilocybin journey in Oregon, you can book a call with me below, and we can see if it's an aligned fit for you. Sending you lots of love, and ciao for now.